Hello everyone. In the previous videos we have learnt how to find out the surface areas and the volumes of different types of solids, that is three-dimensional objects. Now in this video we will be learning the conversion of solids. Conversion means in case we want to melt the substance or the metal by which a particular solid has been made and we want to form some other type of solid of different shape, of different size. Then what to do? That is the meaning of conversion. See, here we have generally three types of cases in this. The first case we have 1 to 1. 1 to 1 means suppose one of the solid that is made of any of the substance or any of the metal that is melted and recast into some other solid. Suppose we have a cylinder and this cylinder we want to convert into a cone. This may be hollow or solid. Another one may be hollow or solid in which we are converting. The main thing what we have to see that the volume of the material of which it is made will be same as the volume of this. And applying this particular concept we can find out the different measurements, different dimensions of this particular solid which has been reformed or which have been formed now. The second type of case we may have 1 to many or many to 1. What is the meaning of this? It means one of the solid we are melting it and recasting it to the smaller solids of different type or of the same type, but of the different sizes. Then how many such type of solids can be formed that we can find by using this? Or if we have many of the solids, small solids, and we want to melt them and convert into a different larger solid, then again we have to do the same thing. We will take the volume of the larger solid and the volume of the smaller solids, multiplying with the number of that will be equal. The same way here, number of solids, small solids which we have, finding the volume of that will be equal to the volume of the larger solid which we are forming now. By that we can find out how many such solids will be formed or how many solids we are using to make a new solid. The third case may be if we have a container filled of some of the liquid and we want to fill it in another solid or small solids, then how many solids can be filled with that, or up to what height the new container will be filled by that liquid. That we can find out by equating their volumes. Here we have to remember one thing, that the volume of all the objects which we are forming and the object which we are melting are to be equal. By equating the volumes we can find the number of the solids formed or the size of the different solid which is formed, or we can find out the water or the liquid which is to be filled in the new container, how many containers can be filled, or how much height of that container will be filled by that particular liquid. We will see some of the examples now to understand this concept. The first example we discuss here is 12 solid spheres of same size are melted and recast into a cylinder of base diameter 2 cm and height 16 cm. Find the diameter of each sphere. We have to find the diameter, and for diameter we have to find out the radius. So what we do, we consider the radius of each of the sphere. So we write here for the solution, let the radius of each sphere be r centimeter. Then what is the volume? We know the volume of sphere, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So we write therefore volume of a sphere that is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Therefore, the volume of 12 spheres, that is suppose equal to V1, and that is equal to 12 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. 3 cancels this 4 times, so it becomes 16 pi r cube. We can write centimeter cube because the unit has been given to us. Now, for the cylinder, we have already been given the diameter and the height. We can write for cylinder diameter is equal to 2 centimeter. It means radius, suppose radius is r, that is equal to 1 centimeter, half of the diameter. Height h, that is equal to 16 centimeter. So what is the volume of the cylinder? Volume of cylinder, suppose it is V2, that we know is pi r square h. Substituting values, we get pi into r square means 1 square into h means 16. So this becomes 16 pi centimeter cube. So we know in such cases the volumes are to be equal. So we can write therefore V1 is equal to V2. It means 16 pi r cube is equal to 16 pi. It means what is r cube? R cube is 16 pi upon 16 pi, that is equal to 1. So what will be r? This implies r is equal to 1 centimeter. We have found the radius of the sphere. What is the diameter? Therefore, diameter of each sphere is equal to 2 into 1, that is 2 centimeter, which is the answer to the problem. The next problem we discuss here is based on 1-to-1 conversion. That is, the surface area of a solid metallic sphere is 616 centimeter cube. It is melted and recast into a cone of height 28 centimeter. Find the radius of the cone. We have to find out the radius of the cone. We know that the surface area of the sphere is given. We can find out the volume only if we know the radius of it. So first we have to find out the radius of the sphere. So we write here for the solution, the surface area of sphere, we know the formula is 4 pi r square, and that is given as 616. Can we write here r square is equal to 616 upon 4 pi? It means 616 upon 4 into 22 into 7, because we know pi is 22 by 7. Cancellation. 22, 2 ja 44, 17, 22, 8 ja 176. 4 into 7, so this comes as 49. It means r is equal to root of 49, that is 7 centimeter. After finding the radius of this, we can find out the volume of sphere. So we write volume of sphere V1 is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. It means 4 by 3 pi into 7 cube. We can leave this in terms of pi only, because when we equate the or compare the volumes, pi will be cancelled out. So here we can write this as V1, and then we find the volume of the cone. So we write here, let the radius of cone be r. We know the volume of cone. So we write volume of cone, suppose it is V2, that will be 1 by 3 pi r square h. H has been given as 28. Here h is 28 centimeter given. Substituting this 1 by 3 pi into r square into h means 28. Now we compare the volumes. Volumes are to be equal. So we can write therefore V2 is equal to V1. V2 is 1 by 3 pi into r square into 28. V1, that is 4 by 3 pi into 7 cube. This 3 cancels this 3, pi cancels pi, and what we are getting? R square is equal to 7 into 7 into 7 upon 28. And this is into 4. 4 cancels this 7 times, 7 cancels this, so this comes as 49. It means R is equal to root of 49, that is 7 centimeter. So this is the radius of the cone. We can write that the radius of the cone is 7 centimeter. The next problem we discuss here is based on the transfer of fluid or the liquid from one container into another container. And that is, in the rainwater harvesting system, the rainwater from the roof of 22 meter into 20 meter is collected into a cylindrical tank of radius 1 meter and height 3.5 meter. If the tank is full, then find the rainfall. The rainfall means we have to find out the height of the water which is collected on the roof. So for the solution, what we do, we write here, let the rainfall be x meters. The dimensions of the roof, the area of the roof. The area of the roof is given to us as 22 into 20 meters square. It means how much is the water collected on the roof? We can write volume of water on roof, that is equal to 22 into 20 into x, length into breadth into height, meter cube, and that is suppose V1. Then we write the volume of the cylindrical tank. For that we have been given the dimensions. So we write here, for tank, the radius R has been given as 1 meter, height h has been given as 3.5 meter. So the volume of tank, that is equal to suppose V2. Is it pi r square h? That is pi into 1 square into 3.5. We get it as 22 by 7 into 1 into 3.5. 7 into 5 means 0.5 here. 22 into 5, 110. So it will be 11 meter cube. This is V2. And for the problem, volumes are to be equal. So we write, therefore V1 is equal to V2, implies that V1 is 22 into 20 into x, that is equal to 11. Can we find out the value of x then? X is 11 upon 22 into 20. 11 cancels this 2 times. So it is 1 upon 40 meters. If you want to convert into centimeter, it will be 1 upon 40 into 100. This is 2.5 centimeter, because we know 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So we can write therefore rainfall is equal to 2.5 centimeter, which is the answer to the next problem is converting one solid into many smaller solids. And that is, a cylindrical rod of length 8 times the radius is melted and recast into spherical balls of the same radius. Find the number of balls. Here radius is not given, so we consider the radius. And the radius of the rod and the radius of the sphere is same. So we consider here for the solution, let the radius of the road, that is cross section of the road, and spheres or balls B R. It is given that the length is 8 times the radius. Therefore, the length of the road, that is cylindrical, or we can write cylinder, is equal to 8r, because it is given that the radius is r and the length is 8 times the radius. Before going to the next part of the solution, please subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed it so far, to get more videos on different concepts of mathematics. So here we find the volume of the road first. Volume of road, which is cylindrical, that will be equal to pi r square h. That is equal to pi into r square into h means 8r, or we can write 8 pi r cube. That is suppose V1. Now we find the volume of a ball. Volume of a ball, that is suppose V2. We know it is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And suppose the number of balls is n. Let the number of balls which are made is n. Then can we say that n into V2 will be equal to V1? Or we can directly write here n is equal to V1 upon V2. Substituting the values, V1 is 8 pi r cube. V2 is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 3 will go in the numerator. Here pi cancels pi, r cube cancels r cube, and 4 cancels this 8 twice. 2 into 3 is 6. It means we find that 6 balls will be formed. So we can write therefore number of balls is equal to 6. This is the answer to the problem. The next video series we will start that of set theory. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any comments or doubts, leave them in the comment box and I will get back to you.